All right, I'd like to call the city council meeting of October 20th to order. Roll call, please.
Alderman Jacob.
Here.
Alderman Currielli.
Here.
Alderman Catalano.
Here.
Alderman Hayes. Here. Alderman Messina.
Here.
Alderman Sismarski.
Here.
Alderman Woods.
Here.
And Mayor, please.
Here, I declare a quorum present. Please stand and join the Pledge of Allegiance, and I'll ask Chief Vesta to lead the pledge.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, I need a motion to approve the minutes of October 6th, 2022.
So moved.
Second.
Questions, comments, or corrections? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? That passes. Do any citizens wish to be heard on matters not listed on the agenda? Okay, and I have no written communiques under mayor's report. We have one item. I will move to the podium. He doesn't cry, does he? Okay. A resolution expressing the appreciation for services extended by Chief Greg Vesta to the city of Wooddale, whereas Greg Vesta has devoted his experience, knowledge, and dedication to serving the city of Wooddale from April 30th, 1996, the year I was born, to November 4th, 2022, and whereas Greg Vesta began his service to the city of Wooddale as a patrolman, sergeant, deputy chief, and chief, and served the community steadfastly in that capacity until his retirement. And whereas a police officer with the Wooddale Police Department, Greg Vesta has in various capacities shown dedication to the city of Wooddale and his fellow employees. And whereas Greg Vesta has exemplified the role of employee by having performed his duties consistently during his career with the city of Wooddale. And whereas during his time as chief of police, Greg Vesta was elected to president of the DuPage County Chiefs of Police Association. And whereas during his time as chief of police, Greg Vesta was co-chair and founding member of the DuPage County Heroin, Opioid Prevention and Education Task Force, HOPE. And whereas the city of Wooddale is deeply indebted to Greg Vesta for his distinguished service to the city for over 25 years, and whereas the city manager, mayor, and city council of the city of Wooddale desire to express to Greg Vesta their gratitude for his dedication, service to the city. Now therefore be it resolved by the city council of the city of Wooddale, DuPage County, Illinois, that by this resolution, the mayor and city council of the city of Wooddale express to Greg Vesta and his family their gratitude and for his commitment, devotion, knowledge, expertise, and constructive service to the city manager, mayor, and city council of the city of Wooddale. And I do need a motion.
Make that motion.
A second?
Second.
Roll call. We'll make it official.
So if we say no, he can't.
He can't write, he can't write that.
There's not gonna be
Alderman Jacob.
Yes.
Alderman Currielli.
Yes.
Alderman Catalano.
Yes.
Alderman Hayes.
Yes.
Alderman Messina.
Yeah.
Alderman Sismarski.
I'm still thinking. Yes.
That's a good thing.
Alderman Woods.
Yes.
And that passes. Chief, thank you for all your years of service.
Thanks. I appreciate it.
The podium is yours.
Sorry, I'm not usually at a loss of words. I still got 2 full weeks, so I can't wrap everything up tonight, but I don't know how to recap 26 and a half years in Wooddale. I really do love Wooddale. The community, mayor, council, city manager, for all your support, not just for me, but for the entire PD all these years. We provide a really good service, and you provide really good support to us, and the partnership we have making Wooddale better is really second to none. I talked to a lot of other chiefs and other people, and the support that we have from this community is really amazing, and so we appreciate that. 11 years ago when I stepped into my current role here, I think I was so nervous I forgot the most important person of all. The one that has allowed me to be successful, and that's Cheryl. She made so many sacrifices for me to be successful in this career that I can never thank her enough. Whether it was forgetting to tell her about a meeting and she never got upset that, all right, he's not going to be home. She had everything covered with the kids, in addition to her own schedule and career and things, and I couldn't have done it without you, hon. And sorry, I forgot 11 years ago. Yeah. Anyways, but really the success of the PD, I 100% believe is not because of me. It's because everyone out here, we have a lot of former here, and we have a lot of current here. You got a great team. It really is something special, and I can't thank them enough for everything they do that makes me look good on a daily basis too. I'm not the one handling the calls at 1 a.m. anymore. That's not my role anymore. But they do a really darn good job of taking care of our citizens, and I'm so thankful for them, and I will never forget everything that they've done for it. And of course, the other department heads, we work so well together, and just a lot of gratitude in my heart tonight, and really not polished with what I was going to say tonight. It didn't really start hitting me till about 15 minutes before the meeting, and I'm just glad to be able to get through it. So again, thank you for all your support. To the community, thanks for, I was a young punk 22-year-old, and I grew up here, and so did my kids, and all they've ever known is me working for Wooddale Police, and thankfully they're going to be here in a couple weeks on my last day, but anyways, I know I'm rambling, I'm sorry. I'm so proud of my career, and I'm so proud of the police department, and I'll take that with me forever, so thank you.
Take a couple by yourself. Next, city manager's report.
Thank you. Two items tonight. First item, I'd like to invite everybody for some cake and coffee and refreshments after the council meeting. They'll be in the lunch chambers. My second item is I have a little speech about Greg. For those of you that have heard my speeches before, usually I like to memorize them. They're relatively short. This one's a little bit longer, so I could not memorize it, and I don't want to mess it up, so I am going to read from a script because I don't want to leave anything out. Wooddale employees usually have to cross at least one of several familiar streets daily to get to work. We're talking about Prospect, Elizabeth Drive, Edgewood, or maybe even Devon. Upon crossing those streets, perhaps taken for granted and without much acknowledgement, they enter an exceptional place, the city of Wooddale. What makes it exceptional is the people working at 144 Commercial Avenue, 180 Brookhurst Lane, 269 Irving Park Road, 720 Central, and of course, 404 North Wooddale Road. Chief Greg Vesta has been driving to 404 North Wooddale Road for over 26 and a half years. We can all agree that while Wooddale will still be a special place, it will lose a little bit of its spark once Greg takes his last ride home from City Hall. Of course, today is a bittersweet day, bitter for all of us, stuck with polar vortexes, flooded Salt Creek, congested Irving Park Road and Wooddale Road intersection, those high Illinois taxes, but sweet for Greg with the taste of pina coladas, margaritas, and the smell of the Atlantic Ocean calling his name. Today is a day to celebrate Greg's long career in Wooddale and all the lives he's touched over that time, starting as a patrolman in '96, then moving to sergeant in 2000, then to deputy chief in 2005, and lastly, chief of police in 2011. I first met Greg in 2005. My first thoughts were, man, this guy's an Eagle Scout, which is ironic because Wooddale is apparently the hub of Eagle Scouts nationwide. When I first became city manager, Greg was the deputy chief and took direction from Chief Frank Benowitz. It was clear to me immediately that Greg would be just an excellent chief to work with, and I was just so happy to work with Greg as the chief. There's nobody on staff that I've attended more city council and committee meetings with than Greg, and his expertise as a police chief will be missed. But his expertise there, it didn't stop just there. He was a trusted confidant in all city issues, and he would go the extra mile to help whatever staff member needed help. And that's how it works in Wooddale. We function as a team, all pulling in the same direction towards a unified goal, and nobody embodied that more than Greg. On behalf of all of Wooddale, we thank Greg for his 26 and a half years service, and we hope he'll come back and visit his old friends at 404 North Wooddale Road. Thanks, Greg, and good luck.
Thank you. Next, consent agenda. We have 3 items on the consent agenda. If no objections, I'll entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion.
Okay. Motion and a second. Roll call, please.
Alderman Jacob?
Yes.
Alderman Currielli?
Yes.
Alderman Catalano?
Yes.
Alderman Ames?
Yes.
Alderman Messina?
Yes.
Alderman Sismarski?
Yes.
Alderman Woods?
Let's buy some police cars. Yes.
Next, I'll need a motion to approve the 3 items on the agenda. Item number 1, approval and replacement of police department vehicles number 400, 403, and 449 in the amount not to exceed $136,194 from Bob Ridings Ford. Item number 2, resolution authorizing amendment number 1 to the professional services agreement between the City of Wooddale and Thomas Engineering Group, LLC, for professional engineering services for fiscal year 2023 through 2025 road projects in an amount not to exceed $50,000. Item number 3, an approval of purchase of public works vehicles in an amount not to exceed $566,147.93. Do I have a motion?
I'll make the motion.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Roll call.
Alderman Jacob.
Yes.
Alderman Currielli.
Yes.
Alderman Catalano.
Yes.
Alderman Ames.
Yes.
Alderman Messina.
Yes.
Alderman Sismarski.
Yes.
Alderman Woods.
Yes.
And that passes. Next, committee chairman reports. Alderman Catalano, Finance Administration.
Yes, I have one, Mayor. An ordinance seeking to approve a cable television franchise agreement by and between the City of Wooddale and Comcast of Illinois, Roman numeral number 8, LLLC, for the construction, operation, and maintenance of a cable television system. That is my motion.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any questions on this item? Alderman Jacob.
For the city manager, do we currently have a contract with Comcast, correct?
We do, but it is expiring, so we have to renew it.
Okay, well, I guess my
Go
only
ahead,
question,
follow.
yeah, my only question was that Comcast hasn't been airing our city meetings in probably multiple years. Are we still paying them?
Mr. Murmas.
I know Brad was working on that contract, so I don't know, Brad, if you want to
Mr.
answer
Wilson.
any of these questions
They're
on the
paying
franchise
us.
agreement.
Go ahead, Mr. Wilson.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Yeah, so this agreement is between the city and Comcast and is effectively, for ease of description, a right-of-way agreement whereby they're allowed to put their lines in our right-of-way, and then they actually remit to us a fee on a quarterly basis that's charged on residents and businesses' Comcast bills. The Channel 6 issue, I believe, is more of an AV issue, and I know that's something that's going to be coming forward, I believe, as soon as next week to work on. I know myself and IT Director Stenson have had a communication with Comcast about that issue, so that is something that will be addressed in the near future. But this agreement itself has nothing to do specifically, and it isn't specifically germane to the airing of the program. This is more to do with the right-of-way and facilities installations.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Any other questions? Roll call.
Alderman Jacob.
Yes.
Alderman Currielli.
Yes.
Alderman Catalano.
Yes.
Alderman Ames.
Yes.
Alderman Messina.
Yes.
Alderman Sismarski.
Yes.
And Alderman Woods.
Yes.
And that passes.
And that's the end of my report, Mayor.
Okay, thank you. Planning and zoning, Alderman Woods.
I have one report, Mayor.
Go
An
ahead.
ordinance seeking to approve cable, no, that's Tony. We already passed that one. We're gonna try it again. Resolution approving an agreement between the City of Wooddale and the owners of, for facade improvements at 369, 383 North Wooddale Road in an amount not to exceed $5,807.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Any questions, comments, corrections? Roll call.
Alderman Jacob.
Yes.
Alderman Currielli.
Yes.
Alderman Catalano.
Yes.
Alderman Ames.
Yes.
Alderman Messina.
Yes.
Alderman Sismarski.
No.
Alderman Woods.
No.
Okay, and that passes.
That's the end of my report, Mayor.
Thank you. Public health and safety, Alderman Sismarski.
No report, Mayor.
Thank you. Public works, Alderman Messina.
3 reports, Mayor. First, an ordinance declaring property owned by the city of Wooddale surplus for the purpose of selling. That would be my motion.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and the second. Questions on this one? Roll call.
Alderman Jacob.
Yes.
Alderman Currielli.
Yes.
Alderman Catalano.
Yes.
Alderman Ames.
Yes.
Alderman Messina.
Yes.
Alderman Sismarski.
Yes.
Alderman Woods.
Yes.
And that passes.
Next, a resolution approving a proposal from U.S. Dismantlement for the demolition of 372 North Wooddale Road in an amount not to exceed $66,000. That would be also my motion.
Second.
I do have one question. So, Mr. Bond, this has already been agreed to in the sell price, is that correct?
That's correct. It's contemplated that would be a reimbursable expense.
Thank you. Any other questions? Roll call, please.
Alderman Jacob.
Yes.
Alderman Currielli.
Yes.
Alderman Catalano.
Yes.
Alderman Ames.
Yes.
Alderman Messina.
Yes.
Alderman Sismarski.
Yes.
Alderman Woods.
Yes.
And that passes.
And finally, while we're on a roll, a resolution approving a proposal from McDonough Demolition for the demolition of 333 through 339 Irving Park Road in an amount not to exceed $55,850.
Is that your motion?
No.
Do I have a motion?
I make a
I'll make the
motion.
Second.
Okay, so Peter and Tony? Or is Nadine? Nadine? I'm sorry. Everybody was fast. Questions on this one? Roll call.
Alderman Jacob.
Yes.
Alderman Currielli.
Yes.
Alderman Catalano.
Yes.
Alderman Ames.
Yes.
Alderman Messina.
Yes.
Alderman Sismarski.
Yes.
Alderman Woods.
Yes.
And that passes.
And that concludes my report, Mayor.
Okay, thank you. Under other business, nothing this evening. Approval list of bills, Alderman Catalano.
Yes, I'd like to entertain a motion to approve the list of bills for October 20th, 2022 for $1,341,513.98. That is my motion.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Questions? Roll call.
Alderman Jacob.
Yes.
Alderman Currielli.
Yes.
Alderman Catalano.
Yes.
Alderman Ames.
Yes.
Alderman Messina.
Yes.
Alderman Sismarski.
Yes.
Alderman Woods.
Yes.
And that passes. No executive session, no items to be referred. I do need a motion to adjourn. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? That passes. We are adjourned.